So the Los Angeles Lakers are really out of the first round. Using my monkey brain, LeBron, Luca, Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle. I think all of us would have taken the Lakers in this series, but you know, Minnesota took them out in 5 games, and they just got gamed by Rudy Gobert in Game 5. So, as a series overall, I feel like LA matched up with them fairly decent, but the center play really came into play later on in the series. Like, for the first couple games, I was thinking, okay, Rudy Gobert and Jackson Hayes are evening out the center play right now because none of them are doing anything. Rudy Gobert had single rebounds until like Game 4, I believe. Jackson Hayes had single rebounds and like 1 to 2 points for like the entire series. So their center play really wasn't a disadvantage for the Lakers because they were able to still keep up with Minnesota in the majority of the games, despite the center play being so horrendous on both ends. And it's almost as if Rudy Gobert, once he's seen the Lakers finally just commit to going full small ball, he really just said, all right, I'm going to drop 27 and 24 on you and make you regret going small ball because I'm going to just drop the meanest double-double that you ever seen. And, it's pretty ironic, like it's pretty funny because, Rudy Gobert, this entire series, he's played well the entire series, at least on the defensive end. On the offensive end, he was horrendous until like Game 4, and then obviously this game. But defensively, Luca couldn't score on him. LeBron couldn't score on him for the majority of the series. Luca, I remember in Game 2, literally went 1 of 7 on Rudy Gobert on shots. And each time he would go at him in the pick and roll, he would have to pass it out or he would just throw up a brick. And we've seen that for the entire series. Like, Rudy Gobert was not abused in that pick and roll as people thought he would be. And I already knew that was going to happen because if you know the ins and outs of basketball, you already know Rudy Gobert is not that bad of a pick and roll defender. Once you get a hedge on the screen, Rudy Gobert is pretty solid. What gets him is getting beat off the dribble because sometimes he reaches and sometimes he goes for the highlight play to block. And that's what will get him in the torture chamber with, pick and roll specialists such as Harden, Luca, guys like that. That's what gets him in trouble. But overall, if you watch Rudy Gobert over the years, he's really not that bad of a pick and roll defender. It's just once, he plays for the steal or plays for the block, that's when he gets in trouble. And, overall, Minnesota just basically since like Game 3 has outplayed the Lakers in like damn near every quarter. Like, tonight they didn't really hit that many threes. They went 7 of 47 from 3. But, the Lakers just didn't have anything in the tank. Like, LeBron, JJ Redick played him way too much in the previous game. And that's still shown this game. Like, 22, 7, and 6 on 43% shooting, 1 of 5 from 3. LeBron, he was just out of it. Like, he didn't have nothing left in the tank. 5 points, 2 of 7 in the fourth quarter. Like, he's 40 years old. Like, JJ Redick, I props to him for, being the coach that he was this year. But, this is just a learning curve. And, I think he'll figure things out. Like, me personally, I would have played Dalton Connect in this series just to give them extra shooting and scoring off the bench because the bench production was just horrendous for the Lakers in the entire series. They really didn't get much out of the bench. Like, Gabe Vincent, 26 minutes. And, props to JJ Redick for going to the bench. Guys like Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent. I would have thrown Jackson Hayes in there. Like, I don't get why he played Maxi Kleba. He hasn't played a game since January. And, it's kind of disrespectful to guys like Jackson Hayes who started and, was in the rotation when the Lakers maintained that third seed and was on the winning streak in the regular season. So I definitely would have looked to play Jackson Hayes. You could have got something out of Shake Milton. I remember him from Philly. Solid spark plug scorer type of dude. But yeah, the bench, it's kind of lax outside of guys like Vanderbilt, guys like Vincent, Connect, Jackson Hayes, and maybe Shake Milton. But the bench production was just really lacking in the entire series. And LeBron in his post-game interview, he went on his regular little tangent of, oh, I don't know if this is my last year, like I might retire. And that's just him signaling to the Lakers front office that he wants, them to do their job, get him a good roster, and then go into next season hopefully competing again. But wow, man, I didn't expect the Timberwolves to win this series, let alone in 5 games. Like, I would have generally thought Minnesota would have won it in 7, maybe 6, I don't know. But I thought the center play really wasn't that big of a deal, but as it's going to show, it really was. And the Lakers got gamed by Rudy Gobert. He had the last laugh. But in the comments, let me know what y'all thought about this series. And, any thoughts, anything. And subscribe, and I'm out.